My name is Elizabeth Bettisworth. I have been a learning coach for 3 years. I'm starting my 4th year with Compass with 2 students, and we have absolutely enjoyed every year that we have been with Compass. We have had a really excellent experience across the board with administration. Our supervisory teacher is fantastic, and all of the people that have ever been involved in working with us along our journey have just been excellent. A friend of mine, she recommended a couple of different charters, gave me a really brief introduction to the process. And so I did a little bit of research, but really didn't know anything at all. Compass was one of the names that she gave me. And when I logged into the website and just looked at the information, I just really connected with the school right away. I connected immediately with the people that were helping me. I submitted my information. I got really quick responses. Everyone was just very helpful. And so it felt very natural to start the process. My oldest was in 1st grade. I hadn't planned to homeschool my middle one yet. And when I was introduced to my supervisory teacher and I was telling her about our family, this was her 1st year with Compass as well. And so she was really just helpful in starting the process. And it felt like we were learning together a little bit. And so I told her about my middle child. She says, I think he would qualify for some preppy K because he has a really late birthday. And so she was the one that encouraged me to get him started. And so immediately I started with 2 little guys, just kind of feeling my way along. And she did everything for me. She recommended curriculum. She helped me navigate our vendor list, and any questions I had, she was able to answer. Any of the other staff I talked to at Compass were just fantastic. They were very helpful. Our superintendent, Mr. Lewis, is also fantastic, and I've reached him directly on a number of occasions. He is very responsive. So I've never had a single bad experience with Compass, honestly. From the number of vendors that we have available to us, to the curriculum options that are available to us, to any question I've ever had, my supervisory teacher is right there whenever I need her, and it couldn't be a better experience. I am excited to re-enroll every year when it comes along. I am on there the first day and immediately get my kids back in. So I have nothing but good things to say about Compass. What I think really sets Compass apart from other schools, either other charters or other traditional type of schools, is the fact that they want your student to learn in the best possible way and the way that they learn best. So I have 2 students that have 2 completely different learning styles. My oldest is a more visual tactile learner, and my middle is an auditory learner. And so I can't teach them the same way. I can't necessarily even use the same curriculum. So what's fantastic is when I've tried a curriculum with my second child that worked with my first and it didn't work out well, my supervisory teacher said, okay, let's find something else. Let's talk about it. What other options are there? Let me do some research for you. Let me find some other options that would work well for him. Let's try something else, because her focus is that he be a lover of learning. And I think that's really what sets Compass apart, is that they want your child to love learning, because if they love learning, they will desire to learn forever. And so rather than making it a burden, well, you have to stick with this, and this is how you have to teach, and this is how you have to use the curriculum, they said, okay, let's find a thing that turns this child into a lover of reading or a lover of math or whatever, so that they can enjoy the process and learn better than just sitting in a traditional school and potentially getting left behind because they just don't understand the way that teacher is teaching them. When we started with Compass in 1st grade, my 1st grader at the time didn't know how to read. I chose deliberately not to press that in kindergarten, we did some basic homeschooling in kindergarten, but because it wasn't required in the state where we lived, he didn't get that education. So when we started first grade, he was not a reader. And that was fine with my supervisory teacher and with Compass. That was okay. And so what we did was we picked a basic curriculum and we've worked through it slowly. And at the end of second grade, he really started to succeed. And in third grade last year, he actually completed 2 full year reading curriculums because all of a sudden he just took off. And my supervisory teacher was just blown away by what he achieved. And she was so proud of him that she actually nominated him, and he was selected for Student of the Month. And then he was actually chosen as Firebird of the Year for the elementary school that we're in. So to see him just go from being a non-reader in first grade to having completed a fourth grade reading curriculum at the end of third grade, and just having him recognized like that by Compass was, for me, just so exciting. And just a recognition that this type of education is not a hindrance and it's not a second choice. In fact, for him, it's the best choice because it allowed him to start out slow with none of the ramifications of what that would look like, and then to just jump off and learn at his own pace. And that meant for him at the end faster than some of the other kids probably in his grade. So he wasn't held back in any capacity. And Compass recognized that. And I just was so excited for him. If a parent was on the fence about joining Compass, the first thing I would say to them is, you can do this. Do not feel that just because you're the parent and you're maybe not a teacher or you don't have a degree, that you will somehow be lacking, because Compass will give you all of the tools that you need, and your supervisory teacher will be there to support you along the way. And what I am often told and reminded of, because it does get stressful and it does get hard, even though I've been doing this for several years, I'm reminded all the time by my supervisory teacher that I am the best teacher for my child because I know them the best and I want the best for them more than anybody else. And so if you think you can't do this, give it a try, because you will very likely succeed beyond your wildest dreams, because Compass is there to support you. They want you to succeed. They want your scholar to succeed, and they will provide for you the things that you need. And I wouldn't hesitate.